Every thread leads somewhere. Some people save money in banks. I save stories in my head. Hi, I'm Sherlock Hong, Chief Investigator of Forgotten Stories. In the last episode, we explored how aliens became citizens in 1957 and talked about the Singapore identity. And you know what's an important part of the Singapore identity? We love to save for tomorrow. These days, wealth accumulation can be done with just a few taps on your banking app. But back in the day, saving money began with buying stamps from your teacher. You heard right, not stocks or bonds, stamps. How did this quirky way of saving work? And what does it tell us about how Singaporeans prepared for good times and the bad? Let's uncover this surprising story behind saving with stamps. I'm sure you know the acronym POSB, which stands for Post Office Savings Bank. Post offices and banks, weird combo, right? Back in 1877, the colonial government thought, hey, these people are hiding money in biscuit tins, not safe lah. So, they used the highly trusted post office network that was already everywhere to create a bank for the masses, aptly named Post Office Savings Bank. The attractive part was that you didn't need to be a tauke, and you could set up a bank account and earn interest with just $1. Fast forward to 1965. Singapore gained independence and the new government now had to ensure that the nation and its people were self-reliant while building the country. Then Minister Goh Keng Swee had a brilliant idea.
Let's teach Singaporeans to save more so they can take care of themselves when hard times fall. Their savings can also help build the nation.
How did the government encourage people to save? By giving them interest on their savings and making the earned interest tax-free. 钱生钱喔. At the same time, making sure that saving money is not just a habit of working adults, but a nationwide practice. We all know that if you nag kids to save their allowance, they'll ignore you. They'll go and buy sweets instead, right? So someone smart at POSB thought, hey, what if we turn it into a challenge or a game? And ta-da! Introducing the POSB National School Savings Campaign. How did it work exactly? Let's hear from someone who knows better.
It was launched across all the primary schools and secondary schools in Singapore. Students simply need to buy a 10-cent stamp and paste it onto a card. And upon completion, it will the value is about $2 per se. And bring this to POSB and you deposit it and you earn interest over the period of time. There has been an extremely successful campaign for Singapore. In fact, the national savings is also classified as part of total defense from the Singapore context.
The plan was brilliant. The stamp collection gave kids a sense of purpose as they watched the squares fill up one by one while learning that money doesn't just sit there, it multiplies. And remember that interest earned from your savings is still tax-free today. An annual inter-school competition was even set up, where the top 3 schools with the highest average savings per student won cash prizes. Because nothing motivates Singaporeans like competition and our kiasu spirit. But like all good things, there was drama behind the successful savings campaign, which led to its suspension in 1978. But why? Some parents were gaming the system, depositing big money just to help the school win. Then, they withdraw it after the competition. Plus, some kids naturally felt paiseh that they couldn't save as much as their classmates. After a 5-year break, POSB said, let's try again, we'll do better this time. The savings campaign came back in 1983 without the competition part, bringing instead Smiley the Squirrel. This furry mascot taught kids to save money for the future, like squirrels store food for winter. And this icon is still around today, even though he's had a few facelift lah. If you went to school during the 80s and 90s and still have the OG POSB smileys, bookmarks or stickers, post a photo of these precious memories in the comments below. While teaching kids the importance of saving money, POSB was also busy helping its adult customers find convenience in banking. Between 1980s to 2001, it gave us, that's right, drive-through banking. Yes, you could bank from your car. Very convenient, right? The savings habit stuck. The vision of empowering people to build a safety net for themselves and the nation has helped us to stand on our feet against all odds. Today, most Singaporeans still save religiously in banks, in CPF, and in our trusty Tongkong. Because that's who we are. Practical, forward-thinking, and always preparing for rainy days. In the next episode, I trade my detective cap for an army helmet. Join me next time to investigate where Singapore's NS story all began.